how to make your own redstone tutorials in Minecraft. In order to make a redstone tutorial, you will definitely need to know how to do redstone. You will need to know what every component does and how it works. And there's no better way to do that than to open up your own redstone testing world just like this. You can also watch tutorials, but I suggest that when you watch them, don't just build the tutorial, try to understand what it is and what it's doing. Once you have a basic understanding of redstone, you can go ahead and create your own farms like this. Once you understand redstone, you'll understand how it works and you'll understand how you want your farm to work. And I don't recommend trying to create your own giant tree farm to start. No, start small. A great example of something small is something like this auto crafter. There's not much to it. When you look out the back, all the redstone is very basic and pretty compact. And this could be made a lot smaller, but I actually like things that look like this on my base where it has a nice look to it in the front. Then once you understand small builds, then go ahead and push yourself and build a little bit bigger. But you're going to face some challenges and you're going to fail over and over again. So don't be afraid of failure. Learn from it and move forward and build something better until you finally get it right. Even when the farms are big, your first creation is rarely going to be your last creation. Make sure to make backups of your world and use structure blocks like this to save your work. As you can see by all these builds, almost every single one of these has a structure block around it, saving all of my work. I've actually moved this farm and put it over there and added more to it so I could have the original and kind of make sure that I kept it all the same. So make multiple saves of everything, and then once you've nailed it and you've actually got it right, make sure to save it, and then it's time to make a tutorial. Depending on your style, you could go ahead and do your tutorial right here in your redstone testing area, or you could move it out into where there's an open field where there's nothing else around it. I prefer to do that to get good, awesome looking thumbnails like this. But regardless of where you build it, I definitely recommend coloring your circuits while you're doing the tutorial. It's been something that has been requested by many of my fans, and one of the favorite things I like to use for all my redstone is iron blocks, because you can count all the blocks and I can just tell what the circuits are doing by looking at it. I don't need them to be color coded, but I'm an expert at redstone, and for the people that aren't, color coding all of your circuits is rather nice. On top of color coding your circuits, making a material list is rather nice, and an easy way to do that is to get a coordinate of one of the bottom corners and then go diagonal from it and get the other coordinate of that corner and plug in this command. You're simply going to type in /fill X, Y, and Z of your first corner, X, Y, and Z of your second corner, air, replace, blocker item, and if there's a space in the name of that blocker item, you're going to put an underscore. And then once you've made the material list, you're pretty much done. The rest of it's all editing and stuff, and if you don't have an editor, I suggest using VideoPad, but because I'm not sponsoring them, I'm not going to be leaving you links. You can go ahead and look them up and Google VideoPad video editor. That's what I use on my PC. I also use Share Factory on my PS5, and that's enough to get me to do everything I need to do on YouTube. So with that being said, make sure you click the link below to learn